Hey guys, it's Steve here again. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube video, but hey, I've got something new, which is really cool. I really wanted to get this, and I've been wanting to get it for a while, and I'm big excited. That's why you can see I'm jumping up and down like a yo-yo. Now I'm going to show you what it is. It's in its raw state at this stage, but it's the new TimberCon. It's called the iVac Pro, which has been, I think in America and all that, they've had them, which it turns you can turn your Dusty into a remote controlled Dusty, which is fabulous for when you're trying to cut with your saw and all your equipment. You don't have to go over and switch it on. Sometimes it's an awkward spot. Sometimes people have them outside or whatever. They've now got an infrared system, but it's a little bit complicated, not quite as easy, but they've tried to make it as easy as they can. But I end up having to get an electrician because it's probably a little bit out of the realms of my electrical abilities, and I shouldn't be messing around with this stuff now. I'm gonna flick the camera around and sort of show you the bits and pieces and how it's been put together so far. So if I now flip the camera, okay, camera's flipped. Okay, so what I've got is I've got the Jex, I've got the Jet Vortex, I think it's a 1200, and I'll go right down here to my little specs, and it's a 2 horsepower and it's 240 volts, so it's not a 3-phase or anything like that. Now this is the switch box here, and I'll come down to it. This is the switch box here, which is a normal sort of switch box, obviously with the on and off switches, and this was the switch connection at the back. So I had my electrician come and play around with it, and this is how he's wired it. He's wired this with the yellow and the brown and the grey and the blue together, so, which is now made this to be overridden now. So this is now wired up, which is, I'm glad I got him to do it because I didn't want to really mess around with that. But if it gives you any ideas of you guys of what you might have in your own system, so there's a good colour rendition of seeing what they're like. Okay, so what happens now is I can screw this back on, and this won't work anymore. Of course, I'm just going to screw it back on for the faceplate. Oh, now I've got to get up with my creaking bones. So what happens is you've got your lead, you plug your lead into this unit here, which is now the new magnetic switch. So it's got the on and it's got the emergency off. Then it has a lead which goes over to the power point. So that plugs into the power point. Then this is now your magnetic switch controller, and that plugs into that plugs from here to there. Yeah, right. So sorry guys, it's a bit confusing this. Okay, so this has got its own lead to go to there. So it's real simple. You've got 2 male plugs, you've got to plug both of them in. That's real simple. And you go over and plug this is your Dusty, and then put it into your into this, which is the new magnetic. So it's quite simple in reality. By joining those wires together now, that now has decommissioned that switch box. This is now the new switch box. So this will switch it on independent. You watch. So the Dusty comes on, Dusty goes off. Now, a good little trick, because me and the electrician were mucking around for a little while, we're thinking we can't get it to work. The stop switch has to be reset again. So just by twisting it, it pops back up. So just watch out for that one. If it's still depressed, it's never going to work because it's always recognised it off. So now here's the control unit. So you can see I could just use it normally, and I will get now, I'll just put this up here. Whoops, I'll put that up there. I've got to yet install it yet. Now, where's my control? I'll go right over here, Workshop's in a real mess at the moment because I was in the middle of a project when the electrician came. And here is the control. It's quite a big control, you know, like the size of my hand. So it's got a little belt clip, so you can fit the little belt clip onto here. Now it's got simply 2 buttons, on, off, real simple. So now you can see, if you can see, it's sort of just slightly flashing, which means it shows it's active because it's in the, you've got auto, off, you've got auto, off and on button. So by obviously putting it in the auto button, now I'll walk all the way back to my workshop. I'm way back here. I'm at my saw. I want to use the saw now, so I switch it. Listen to that. Hey, how good is that? Now, it's got a little time, it's got a fail-safe sort of, well, not fail-safe, but it's got a timer in it, which I will now push right now. Now, I've just pushed the off button. Notice the dust extractor still keeps going. So it goes for an extra 5 seconds. Goes for an extra 5 seconds to allow the dust to come out of the lines that might be in the lines. So you're not switching it on and off suddenly and you've got the lines which could be clogged up or whatever. So I've got it to work. So now all I have to do is play around, clean it all up and put it in together. So these are available from TimberCon. The unit which I bought, which is I'll flick it around again. It's the magnetic switch controller with the switch box. That was a unit, I think that was $359, and the controller, which is and the controller, I think that was another $54. Okay, all up, I think it was, you know, well, obviously $400, a fair bit, I understand. But you know what? It's fabulous now.